Hi guys, on this segment I am joined by Samantha as she shares her BTS journey and her ARMY story with me. So sit back, relax and enjoy.
So, hi! Thank you for spending your evening with me. So, would you like to introduce yourself to the audience before we begin?
Okay, well, first of all, hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Samantha Lewis. I'm 22 years old, a nursing student from Point Fortin. Some things I love art, swimming, singing, eating, and of course, BTS.
So, we met through a common interest for the liking of BTS. Tell me, how did you discover them? And how did it make you feel? And did it change anything about yourself?
Well, where do I start? Well, this honestly is all over the place. How I actually got to hear about them was through one of my good friend's little sister. She said, Samantha, did you hear about a Korean group named BTS? And I was like, no, who's that? And I was like, just brushed it off. And that was honestly, since that day, I didn't really pay it any mind. Then it had a day on the radio, I heard a song. I only heard the name of the song from the announcer and it was Fake Love. I did not know that was a BTS song, to be honest, at first. I actually heard it and I thought it was The Weeknd who featured on that song, and I didn't know who was singing on that song. I don't know. I think it's the part where it says Fake Love, and that's where I thought that The Weeknd was singing that song. And I was like, who is this? Who is this group? I keep hearing about this group. And then on Instagram, I came across a little snippet. It was Blood, Sweat and Tears, something named Blood, Sweat and Tears. And I just saw a clip from this video. I didn't know what it was. Saw it, and the person who I first saw, it was actually Taeyong, who I know as Taeyong now, but I didn't know his name then. And he struck me, and I'm like, who is this? Who is this group I keep hearing about? And since then, I started searching them up on YouTube. I started going down the rabbit hole, searching up introduction videos to the group, their music style, everything. And I was like, wow, this group is more than what I expected. I didn't know that they make music that entails mental health. Their chemistry as a group is like no other. I got to know the members individually. I started downloading songs from them, many songs. And one of my favorite was Outro Tear. That was a song that really I held dearly to my heart, because around that time I was going through depression. I'm a nursing student, so there's a lot of pressure and it had a lot of stuff that was going through my life that time. I was really going through a dark time. I had even suicidal thoughts at times too. And that song, I don't know what it was. I didn't even know the lyrics that well. That song just grew on me, and it felt like I let out a lot of emotions I held in. And from there, it had other songs that connected with me, like Namjoon's mono album, his Rap Monster mixtape, Hobie, Hope World mixtape, Yoongi's mixtape, Augusti, Epiphany from Jin, Euphoria from Jungkook, Jimin's Promise. So many songs I started listening to, and I just felt like, wow, this music is for me. And since then, it really helped me me to really express myself. Their music, the lyrics from their music helped me to be more confident in myself, that I'm not alone, that there are people, like they're ordinary people just like me, and they make music for people like me, people who feel like me. And I think it's from there where I really connected with BTS, and I realized they were just more than just an ordinary band that I used to stand long ago.
Um,
So that
but you don't like well, as you said that you went on Instagram, you saw them on Instagram, and you use YouTube and stuff. But also, how did you reach on Twitter? Because you know Twitter is where it's at. But did you have like accounts on Twitter before?
what's funny about that? I only joined Twitter literally last year.
Wow, really?
Actually, actually I did not know anything about Twitter, neither TikTok. I only made an account because one of my friend that I met through Instagram, she said, you should make a Twitter to keep up to date with BTS stuff. And so I was like, I'm not sure if I'll get a hang of all this TikTok and Twitter stuff. But only because she was one of my good friends there, I decided I wanted to, dive into all the info, see what's up, and yeah, that's how I ended up getting a Twitter account.
And how's your sleep schedule?
Oh my god. Well, that is literally all over the place. Like, since coming into this BTS universe, my sleep schedule is like, sometimes I will sleep at midnight, sometimes I sleep early in the morning, like around 1 p.m. Sometimes I will sleep early, according, like if I'm not really feeling well, whatever. But I stay up late because sometimes I try to keep up to date with BTS content, because they literally post content frequently, like real life, the interviews, anything. Something just drops out of the blue, and we are literally working on Korean time right now. So yeah, that's how it's been.
And have you voted for any of these social artists award, like since you came into the fandom, and what was it like for you?
I have actually, and that's kind of why I'm glad that I added the Twitter account now. I created it because it really helped me to be open to all these award shows that I was certainly not familiar with before. Honestly, I didn't really like the idea of American award shows, or any award shows for that matter, because I always felt that it always has some corruption going on, or they might be unfair and all these things. But BTS, because they are such a talented group and I admire a lot, I really put my dedication into voting for them because they deserve it, and they make quality music, and yeah, I think they are worth winning and getting the success that they get. Yeah.
And okay, Twitter itself, it has its fans, it has its pros and cons, I should say.
Yeah,
But in
I
terms
agree.
of the fun part, where there are accounts that Army has created for other armies, do you make use of them?
Yep. I actually have been following many of them. They're actually, and that's what I admire about this fandom. What I admire about BTS fandom, because I never came across like actual fandoms making accounts for studies. Like, there's literally armies who made for persons who do law, persons who do cooking, art, sign language, translation, business studies, all these things. Like, they're literally different pages specific for one thing, and I'm like, wow, this is like a whole association. This is like, wow, I am very impressed. I didn't know that it had all of this. And this is what actually made me even more intrigued in the BTS and the fandom itself as well. Seeing these things because I learn a lot from armies. I learn a lot things that I never knew about. Like even when BTS, the company, big hit that they're under, when they make certain decisions like business moves, big business moves and stuff, and I'll be like so lost because I know nothing about business. There are armies who literally translate and explain the details in depth of what is going on with the company and stuff like that. So I am really impressed. I would say that they really keep me up to date, and I admire and appreciate all the hard work that armies put. They have even voting pages, those who deal with voting, those who deal with streaming. They show you how to stream properly. Make playlists for you. They do streaming parties, all these things. I really admire the hard work and how organized they are. These armies who actually who look out for other armies, especially persons who are new. Because I was once a new army, I don't look down on anybody who, whether they just got into the group, and I wouldn't like be swell-headed and be like, okay, I know it all, because I didn't know it all, and it probably has many other things I have to learn. So like I admire that it has armies looking out for other armies and being organized and giving them the information they need to know about the group and what they do business-wise, and yeah. It's really a nice experience.
As you know, some armies like to say majority of them come from the GP. But as you was explaining that your sister's friend told you about them, would you say that it came from word of mouth?
I would say it came from word of mouth because honestly, I have no.
Because that's what Trinidadians are known for, and that's the same thing. Like my friend, she introduced me to them, but the thing about it was that they weren't so popular then. She was away, she moved away, and the only thing when people move away, when friends move away, and they tell you about these things, that's the only way knowing about these things.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing about it is that K-pop has always been around, like especially if you were to have friends who were invested in K-pop or who are like half Korean mixed up with some kind of East Asian or South Asian, because Trinidad itself is a multi diverse pot.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
That I agree.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned that too, like if I didn't know, like I don't know if you recall the Gangnam Style song that was trending back then. Around that time, I was a little teenager. I didn't even know that was a K-pop song. I didn't know about K-pop. Not to know, like, it's only when I came to understand, okay, what K-pop involved, what's it about, I realized, wait, that's a K-pop song. That's probably the first K-pop song I discovered, and I didn't even know. Because in Trinidad or in the Caribbean, we love things that trend, and we like to, just go with the flow.
Yesterday I was on a stream. Baby Gang, he always do like these live streams and stuff, and he was talking about all these different sorts of information about Korea, and I'm just like blown away by his knowledge. But I mean, yes, he is East Asian, half East Asian. He's talking about how K-pop originated, because when I was searching how K-pop was formed within the Caribbean, how it came to the shores with the Caribbean, because it's sort of kind of unknown, but the thing about it is that word of mouth could be processed as well. And he was talking about how this man, well, we know the man, the man from SM Entertainment, Lee Suman, he is the one who helped to make K-pop, well, I wouldn't say make K-pop known, but he was the creator of it,
Right.
The cons are dragging on to the cons of the of being a K-pop fan. And
Yes.
I want to relate that to you being in the Caribbean from being versus online. How does that feel for you?
Oh.
Because there was someone who is she is from Belize. She's an army from Belize, and she was saying that she feels so disappointed when she see these K-pop fans that are like, fall along that route of being a con. And which is true because Caribbean people are supposed to have more sense than that, morals. Yeah.
Yes,
So, what
yes,
are your
yes,
thoughts
I
on
agree.
that?
My thoughts, honestly, I would say the negative always gets highlighted the most in any fandom. It doesn't even only have to be in K-pop. It's like overall. The negative is always because publicity. Everybody loves drama. Everybody. That's what sells in the media. They love to stir up drama. Even if it's false information, they don't care. They want it selling. They're getting paid. They feed into the fan wars and all these things. All these things get highlighted the most because that's what sells. However, what I hope that being a Trinidadian army, I hope that we can shed light and show how diverse, not only army as a fandom, but K-pop in general, how diverse it can be. Like how many fans are into it. It's not just this 1% of people that is making us look bad. It has a big, wide scale of fans who have so many talents, so much creativity. Everybody has some sort of gift to offer. I've seen a lot of dancers, persons who are into dancing, who are into makeup, who are into cosplay, who are like it's all over the world, from the Caribbean included. And I don't think, honestly, in my opinion, I don't think in the Caribbean and Trinidad as well, especially, we get enough recognition as we should. But I guess probably over time, we will get more recognized, and that's kind of why I like to connect with other armies or other K-pop fans from the Caribbean or from Trinidad specifically, because we can kind of grow a community here and probably connect with other communities in other places, and kind of widen out. And this could kind of probably give some more recognition. We do little projects, things like these, just like what we're doing here, interviews and stuff. It could probably open a door, open an opportunity for the K-pop industry to see, oh look, there's a fan base here. It's popular here, and they could see all these good things, see how much instead of the negative, they could see how much projects are being made in these same communities. What we promote here, these same fan pages that I mentioned, who are into cooking, who are there for education, for mental health, that they make on Twitter. And all these positive things, those who do donations, all these nice projects, I just wish that could be highlighted more than just the negative stuff, because it's really, really some talented people that you will meet in this community.
But the thing about media is, yes, people need to make money, they need to make a living, but however, some people, they don't care about that. They don't.
That's true.
They have a lot of face value. But do
Yeah.
you think? I don't know if you do. You think it would change, or it would be a slow process?
Honestly, to be honest, just being honest with myself, I know it would take a lot of time for it to change, but people are trying. At least it has people that you see out there are trying to make things better. they are trying to make a positive change. They really are pushing for all of us to really um, come together and work together so we can, block out the negativity, try and show the not only the media but even the people we stand, the people we look up to, like for example, BTS. We want to show them that okay, we are not just saying all right, love ourselves, um, you know, yeah, they're part of the Love Yourself campaign, and okay, and then in real life we treat people like crap, that sort of thing. We want to really show that we represent who we stand and who we support, that the music that we claim to listen to and that we claim that change our lives really made a positive change, and we use that as a driving force to, encourage others and help them, if you I don't know if I'm making sense, but that's what I think about it.
Um, but also in regards to you being a Trinidadian army within the Caribbean, what does it mean to be a Caribbean army within the BTS army? Because as you say, you are not quite visible.
Yeah, it seems sometimes overshadowed, honestly, but I see some improvement being made because I don't know if you're familiar with Big Matthew.
Nope.
He's a fellow member of CAD, a K-pop group. He recently had, I think it was on a podcast. I'm not sure if it was a
Oh
podcast,
yes, I know
a
what
short
you're talking about.
one.
He talked about Trinidad and Tobago, and
Yes, that's it. Yes, and he said he's interested in visiting the Caribbean, and he even talked about learning dialect, and I was like, oh, I was like, no, like really, I know it seemed like something small, but
yeah, I know.
I appreciate that
Yeah,
the effort to learn the dialect and really connect with the culture like that. And I hope that more K-pop artists, especially BTS, because they're my old group, I hope they could connect more with the fan base here and really widen out. And I think it really just takes a little patience. I guess we have to wait a little more,
also too,
probably.
we have to work for it,
Yes,
because
that
as
too.
I don't know if you listened to the Jamaican Army Union when I had them on the pod, they were saying that we need to, they say in terms of their Jamaican armies, that they need to, make a little more noise because sometimes their Jamaican media they would like articles. So obviously, if their fan base making a lot of noise, it would get picked up
Right.
traction from the Korean media, and it would get written, and
Right.
somehow BTS's agency would see it, you know.
Exactly, yeah.
And I
And
think
as you mentioned them, I actually follow up on them on Twitter as well. I admire how much they go all out
yes,
into keeping up with the information. They keep up with data on streaming. They keep up with data on what news that it has with BTS or other groups. What award shows are coming up, anything, any activity, important activities, they really keep you up to date with that. And I'm glad that you mentioned them. And yeah, it's true, we need to make more noise. We really have to earn that, earn that recognition. And yeah, I hope that can improve here in Trinidad as well.
because when I was talking to them, they gave me encouragement too because she was like, the head admin was like, what you're doing is important. And I'm like, oh, because
Yes. Yeah.
they gave me the idea to interview all the main fan bases within the Caribbean, So even though even though that BTS or the agency might not see it, but other armies will be able to see it, and to know, okay, that the Caribbean exists. This is who we are, so and so. Because when I did my virtual study, my virtual day for archery, there before Before I think I deleted it because I didn't know about threads, but somebody reported it. Um, a person was like, "Oh, that they didn't know about the Caribbean," and I was like, "So nice to hear about it," because even though it was just one comment, it made my day that somebody actually did in fact read this.
Right.
Yeah. And just the other day, I see that because I had submitted a poem with them, I see that they promoted the poem and they promoted the study as well, and I'm like, oh my god, that is so nice because I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. And you see that's a start, and I'm glad that they encouraged you.
Yes.
I'm happy to be a part of this journey too with you.
Yes, because I
Because
saw other Trini people. They actually seeing what other even Caribbean people, they are seeing the study and they're being more invested in it because it's I think the majority of them is Twitter people or people friends of friends, you know. But I'm really happy because I mean before I had the discouragement, so I said, okay, I'll break up the study in parts while we wait for the whole thing, you know, because I would have to do review, give somebody to proofread it and stuff to make sure before publishing it to the different um, um, sites and stuff, you know.
right.
So that will take some time, and I say by the end of the year, I'll wait until whatever BTS come up with, because anytime they come up with something, I'll get newer armies to um to do the study and stuff. I mean newer people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's always something. But I want to ask you, have you went through the entire discovery, or
I would say
are you still?
I went through
you're still going
most
through?
of it because
Yeah, there's so much to
honestly,
listen to.
I didn't hear.
I said
Repeat.
there's so much things to listen to.
Yes. No, I'm glad that you brought that up because me naturally, I'm a person who is very open to many types of music. Like I will listen to a little rock sometimes. I will listen
Yeah.
soca. I will listen hip hop. I will listen R&B, pop, and well, K-pop is just new coming in. But it's basically pop, but in Korean.
They have this Korean pop.
I listen to Latin music. I listen reggae. So with BTS now, when discovering them and seeing that, wow, well, you know, I thought I was expecting one particular style of music because I don't know. I just assumed that there wouldn't really be so much, you know, being in their industry. This is something really new to me. I didn't think that they would actually be so diverse in their discovery. Like they have a little Latin with the airplane part two. They have a little hip hop style, R&B style, like in their Dark and Wild album. They have a little pop. They have the nice little in between, like how do I say it? I like to say how to describe. It has music that like I don't know if you're familiar with Coldplay.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite bands. Yeah, that sort of style of music gives me that they have that little style in their music as well. And the songs that give me that kind of vibe is like Inner Child, Dream Glow. There's another song named C. I don't know if you're familiar with C.
Yeah.
It's
I hate them.
one of their underrated songs, by the way. Yeah, they have a song Autumn Leaves, 2, 3.
Like Go, Crystal Snow. Yeah.
Oh, I love those songs. Oh, I love those songs.
Majority, like
There's
some
so many I could think of.
they're, like, as you're saying.
Coffee,
Um.
Jump. I also appreciate all the ciphers.
Oh.
I love all, literally all. Cypher 1, Cypher 1, 2, 3, 4. The unofficial one, which we call Dan, as well as we call it the unofficial ciphers. Um, yeah, there's so many songs, and that's what sort of kind of connected with me as well with BTS because of their discography. I realized that um, they have a song that can fit all my moods. When I'm feeling down, they have the song, just the right song to listen to when I'm feeling down, or when I'm feeling like in a good mood, happy and bright. I'll put on a little Hope Will or a little Ego from Hobie. You know, I just admire how much of their songs can really connect with all my emotions, and I guess that's why um, I think that them not only as musicians but also as individuals, as people, like human beings. You know, I delve a lot into their how they are as a group, how they are individually, their personalities. I see little pieces of them that I can relate to. Like I love art, for instance. I love art. I'm passionate about art. When I hear Namjoon speak about that, he described it in such a poetic way. It's always so deep and like I feel like there's a whole story I'm hearing, and I just admire that about Namjoon when he speaks about art and when he goes to art, visits art galleries and looks at art and really not only just look at it but really take it in as a whole, make his own story with it. And I think that has a lot of influence on the way he writes music, how he puts the production together as well. All of them have a sort of creative way about them, and I admire that a lot.
As you know, they have a variety of content. What content do you watch?
Well, BTS, well, where do I start? Well, we have the run episodes, which first of all, I will be honest with I will be honest with you. I have not watched all because there's so many, but I do enjoy the run episodes, especially one that I liked a lot was when the guy, it was a popular chef. I think he's a popular chef. He cooks, and he was teaching them to make specific dishes, and just seeing BTS being so chaotic, and he is just there trying to help these boys and going through it. It had me just so weak, so filled with laughter. Like, I don't know, it's like a boost of serotonin when looking at BTS in these run episodes, because not only do I love to see them enjoy themselves and actually relax, because you know they have such busy schedules, and you know they need some time to feel like a human, because they do a lot, they really work hard and do a lot of work. And seeing them in their element, seeing them enjoy themselves, just be goofy, just be fun, I just love to see that. Somehow it makes me smile. I enjoy it. So that's one of the things I like to watch. I love to watch their music videos. I love to watch compilation videos, funny compilation videos with BTS. Those are really funny. What I love to watch V lives. I try to catch them. Sometimes, you know, when you can't keep up with Korean time, I will wait until it has the reruns with the translations. I watch the V lives. Recently we had one with Jungkook, and it was fantastic. We had a little mini concert, and it was just so enjoyable, so entertaining. I love really any content that they put out, because honestly, you don't really, to be honest, I know there's artists who would put out content for their fans, like for instance in the Western industry, you know, artists, they have their fans, they do their lives, they put their behind the scene videos and stuff like that. But
behind the scenes is the only thing that they really give you, nothing else.
Yeah, it's like I feel like
that is the proper
not only
that chasing them.
yeah, Yeah, and like the thing is, I don't mean to put down anyone, but like with BTS and K-pop artists in general, I think that they put out way more content than I expected from any artist. They do real lives, they do behind the scenes, they do activities. Even for when they do albums, photo cards and all these things. I was not familiar with all this. Like,
Yeah, the thing is short over there, the way that they think, the people who help us
mhm.
think. Because remember, like, for us, we in the Caribbean, remember, they don't really see us as important or profitable, you know? They're just coming
Yeah,
here to
mhm.
vacation, you know?
Yeah. Mhm. It just felt so different, and I like feel appreciated, like seeing that they put so much content for us, and yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, there's so many like there are a lot more differences between the packaging for Korean albums than
Mm-hmm.
for Western albums, and then there is a difference between obviously there's a difference between cultures, but
Yeah,
also
that's for sure.
the importance of learning someone's culture and recognizing it and taking it into notice, you know?
Yeah,
That's
I
that's what
agree.
people would that's how people would respect you and feel, okay, wow, this made me feel a certain way. I need to get into these people, understand why they chose to do this, so and so, you know?
Yeah, yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what makes people um, feel comfort and secure. Because
Mhm.
I don't know if you ever went to the BTS, any BTS movie in Trinidad.
Oh, I never got the. I actually wanted to go, but I never got the opportunity to. Unfortunately, because I didn't have the finances at hand. But yeah, I was aware that it was being shown, like the Break Silence movie. I
Well,
really
those
wanted to
tickets
go,
they
but
sell like
unfortunately,
hot
I didn't
bread.
go.
The tickets they sell like hot bread. So when you go in, make sure and buy it early.
Yeah,
That's the thing. There's
hopefully
always
one
thing
day,
that we just
yes.
sell out.
And I would like to go with hopefully you or some other
Mm-hmm.
Trinidadian armies one day.
Sure, because I mean we live close. Well, not close, but close.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I was gonna say. Well, I forgot what I was gonna say. But I really forgot my train of thought. But
That's
yeah.
okay.
Um. Yeah, I really forgot my train of thought. But anyways, let me move on to the next question. Um. So as I was saying, there's a similarity and a difference between cultures, right? But
Yeah.
I do believe that we have similarities and differences within our culture, between the South Korean culture and the
Mhm.
Trinidadian culture. Would you agree? And what do you think it is, and why? If you may want to start
Well,
first.
what I will say, well, I don't know if this is what you had in mind, but I observe like in terms of gatherings, when they have gatherings, in Korean culture, and when they eat, you know, they it's always like a big family around the table. Like it's like almost like it's a big event, a little family function. You know, when they have anything, whether they're eating breakfast, whether lunch, dinner, they have it like a sort of gathering setting. I noticed that's something similar here. You see in the Caribbean as well, because we love to, we in the Caribbean, we love to eat. We love to make our little fancy dishes, and everybody come together. We have our little drinks. We laugh and we smile. We dance. We just have fun. I think that's one of the things that I notice is similar. Another thing, what I can say. Mm, what I have noticed, I just had it in my it left my mind for a moment. What is similar? I do realize in the Korean culture as well, parents, how that sort of stigma, there's a positive and negative to it. Where how they treat their children across in their culture in terms of academics. There's a lot of pressure on the adults, like for them to do extremely well, and they have to get this perfect job and that. It seemed like something similar what we experience here, and especially in Trinidad too. The same sort of pressure that parents love to put on their children at the early age. You have to go a good school. You have to get a good job. You have to make sure you get a well-paying job so you can get all these things. All that pressure. I realize that's something, a stigma that is similar here, similar between two cultures here in the Caribbean as well as in Korea. That's two things I can point out for now.
So the question that I wanted to ask you about, whenever BTS go live, that means they prepare a special concert for the country that they're going to. Have you seen any of those concerts before? And did you relate to any of the concerts?
Are you talking about the virtual concerts?
Like Wembley and the Saudi one.
Oh, well, unfortunately, I never got to go a concert.
No, what I mean, if you saw it, see it virtually.
If I saw, did I see videos of it, you mean?
Like if you were on the live stream watching it.
Oh, okay, well, I was not on the live stream. I more looked at YouTube videos with clips from it, like long clips of how the concert was. I didn't watch a live stream, but more like YouTube videos. There was one for Saudi, I think it's Saudi Arabia. The one from Brazil. Ooh, that was really nice.
I wanted to watch the one with when they had it for Bang Bang Con, but I fall asleep. I couldn't stay up.
Oh, I saw that one. But my friend, she streamed that one, and she kept the record, and I got to watch it in parts. The one from Wembley, I saw from Wembley, as you mentioned. I saw that one. There's another one.
Where they sing Young Forever. That was so emotional,
Oh, that is emotional. Oh,
because the fact that, you've been training, you had a dream, and
yes,
emotion, and it actually worked out, and then you're here at this place, and these people are singing back to you, and it's kind of like, your youth. You go back to your youth.
Yeah, it gives me goosebumps. No, one thing I admire, as you mentioned, it is the armies who was there in the audience singing the song.
Yeah.
Like the song, like a choir, like a choir, just and the voices just echoing in the crowd. I would literally feel good. I feel goosebumps just listening to it. So far more, if I actually was there in the crowd there, I think I would be crying long tears. Long tears.
I remember there was somebody on the timeline say that they carry an umbrella with them now, and she said that her sister couldn't see the performance. So she ended up crying for the whole night. But I mean, I would probably too, because imagine if I were to be coming from so far and I didn't see nothing when this person with this big ass umbrella.
Yes. No.
As I was saying, in terms, BTS, they're an example of globalization in terms of their culture, their language, and their history. Have you, what have you taken with you in terms of that? Like, do do you learn some Korean on the side? Have you tried any of their dishes or dishes that you want to try out? Tell me.
Well, honestly, the closest to learning Korean was learning a song that was So What. So What. That's one of their songs that I learned the army chorus from. And the experience in learning that, I literally stayed up in the morning, late in like, early in the morning, trying to learn this song, and I kept singing it over and over to get it right, to get the pronunciation right. And it just felt it. Although it was frustrating, it felt kind of good because when I was finished and I actually get to sing along to it, I felt sort of like accomplished. Like wow, this is amazing. I actually get to learn a little Korean, you know. But overall, there is more that I want to do, but because of my schedule with schooling and stuff, I was hoping like later on, like after when school is out of the way a bit and I have a little break, that I could have more time to really learn the Korean, because I didn't really get to learn any.
Don't worry,
I want
take
to
time.
try to learn. Yeah, I really wanted to have, because learning a new language takes a lot of patience, it takes a lot out of your time, and I really wanted to be like stick with it. I didn't want to like start it and then after I have to stop it, and
That's like
then like like months later I have to start back over again. I didn't want to do it like that. I wanted to do it like fresh. Also, there are many dishes that I wanted to try. I was hoping probably one day, if I have funds, I could visit Korea, just to taste the food, because I'm a foodie. I love food, by the way. Just any dish like kimchi, whatever it may be.
you should make kimchi.
Like I just want to taste new things.
Kimchi.
I would love to taste the dishes across there, because the food that I'm sorry, but I love food. When I see BTS, just watching BTS eat, sometimes I just feel full. I feel full looking at them eat because I like that. That looks good. That looks like it will taste really nice, even though I never tasted before. I want to go there and taste that food. Also,
You
the
ever saw any
poses.
street food?
Huh?
You ever see any street food? Like
No, not.
you should go
I haven't.
watch the videos of the street food. It's really nice.
Mm, yeah, it's like more like the restaurants where they eat at. I would like to go those. I would like to taste the street food as well. Oh, I also heard that they have
Go to
the
the
best
cafe.
can.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, you're
The best
talking
can.
the cafes?
No, well, not cafe. Well, I was going to say candy.
Candy.
I'm not a big coffee drinker or
Neither me.
anything. But I wouldn't mind drinking it, but just wouldn't drink it as much. But I have a sweet tooth, and I would like to taste some sweet candies across there, because I heard they have really nice candies across there.
They have really nice
One thing
cafes.
I also wanted to try was mochis.
Oh yeah, yes, definitely.
I wanted to try that. It looks like something that I would like. It looks like something that I would like. I also one day would like to visit the sites, because as I say, I appreciate art. I love art. I always had a creative mind. Since I was little, I got that from my mom, that artistic sort of mind. And I like to look at beautiful sceneries. I would like to go to the art galleries and look at the art. I things like that. I would like to go across there and really enjoy. So I would say that is part of the culture that I really appreciate. Really, the food, the art, the places you can meet, the people as well. I would like to meet the people and really probably be able to make one sentence and greet them, even if it's one sentence, just to greet them and smile and smile at them. I know that in their culture they're not really touchy per se, like you wouldn't just walk up and hug, and I'm a huggy person. That's in my nature. So I would really have to contain myself when I meet people across there and like get close to them. I really have to contain myself, and we try to just learn their behaviors, learn see how it's like. I know there's the pros and cons of it. I know there's the negative parts about Korea that they need to improve in, but overall, I know there's good parts of the culture that I really like.
I already know how to say hello. Well, I know a few phrases and stuff. I know how to say hello, and my name is, yeah. To actually say hello actually took me a long while, and not to say the onion one, say the annyeonghaseyo one. Yeah, that took so long.
I still can't. As much as I try, I still can't say it right.
Really? You know,
That seems kind of.
Kumawa means thank you. You know how well they say they say a lot of kamsamnida in in K-pop. That's like the
Yeah,
but thank
that's
you
true.
like
Yeah, I heard that one before, but I can't say it well.
Kumawa is what is used in K-dramas a lot too, as well as kamsamnida. But I figured they use a lot of Kumawa there.
hmm
So we have to talk about this girl. In their music, they have some Caribbean elements to them. Tell me, what are your thoughts?
On Indian music.
No, the Caribbean elements in their music. I mean,
Oh,
obviously,
I'm so sorry. Yes. Oh, I'm so
a
My bad.
Bollywood bangtan.
So they have.
But no, but actually too, they have the tabla in Dembo as well.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, continuing.
Yeah. So what was the question again?
What are your thoughts on the Caribbean elements that they use for their music, in their music?
Oh, well, I noticed that they use that sort of trap. I don't know if you can really. One thing I like to listen to the instrumentals of their music. So a lot of BTS songs. I can't remember which one. I think I can remember now. Brand New Day. That's one of their songs.
Yes, I was saying that.
That Hyung and Hobie as well. What's her name? I'm trying to remember her name.
Zara.
Sarah Larson. Yeah, Larson. That song gave me this sort of Caribbean feel. I don't know. That song is one example of the instrumental. It gives that like that kind of tropical vibe. I don't know. It gives me that like a summer in the Caribbean islands kind of vibe. The beat of it, the instrumental, that sort of style. I think they use a lot of instrumental that gives you that sort of Caribbean flavor, that sort of vibe. I would say that's one example of them using elements from the Caribbean. Even in style as well, I could recall. I can't remember when. I can't remember. There was some sort of clothing that BTS wore that gave me. It reminded me of the clothing that you wear here in the Caribbean as well. But I just can't seem to recall.
The only time I know is when Jungkook performed My Drop at Jimmy Kimmel, and he's wearing on these tracksuits that look like our national flag.
Oh, oh yes, I remember what you're talking about. Yes, that's true. Yes, but yes, they were wearing something that reminded me of a certain pattern of clothing.
You mean like
Popular here in the Caribbean. It gives you that kind of it's sort of what you see we wear for Emancipation Day.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember where I could. It was on some show. They wore outfits, and I think they performed Idol, I believe.
Oh, Good Morning America. No,
Ah, right.
Would you sue?
Yep.
Well, that is remember that Idol has Afrobeats in it.
Yes. All right. Mhm.
I thought they was gonna put the current instrumentals in there, but when I see it drop, nowhere to be seen.
Oh yeah.
But you can hear a little bit of it mixing with the Afrobeats. That sounds so
Yes. Mhm.
But Nikki's voice was like her voice. It was so.
Iconic.
And she said, knowledge is the power to the mind or something like that. I forget. But she was nice. But yes, also PTD has the steel pan. Hopeful has.
Yes. Yes.
The thing I want to know is.
I thought at first I really didn't hear it, but one of my friend, she pointed it out. I think you as well pointed it out on Twitter, but another one of my friends, she's a Trinidadian Army as well, and she pointed it out, and I'm like, but why I'm not hearing it? I had to really take my time and listen. I'm like, wait, that really sounds like Steel Pan. I was like, wait. Yes, that really sounds like it. Yes, I was really happy to hear that.
But
I was really happy.
Is that somebody was saying that it could be a machine that did unit, or but we wouldn't know. That's the sad part. But I mean, we must know the difference between the machine and the real instrument.
True.
But yes, recently Weavers have been dropping some interviews. Tell me, what do you think about the interviews? Because Jin say that armies like to they watch rewatch them majority of the time as a hobby, which could be half and half. And Hobie said we are icons, we don't need to be ashamed of them. And
Yes.
he did talk about the industry, the Korean industry. And
Yeah, I was happy.
you need to give artists creative ground. And I can't remember which uncle can be. I know we getting Jim in tonight.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it too. I'm looking out for Jimin. Like seriously. I can't wait to see the interview. Those interviews, honestly, what I love about these interviews, and even the previous ones that they did last year as well, was really good. What I like about these interviews, it gives a sort. It's coming from them. It's not coming from like hearsay what this army said or what this person from the media said. It's coming personally from how they are feeling and how they all express themselves. I admire how differently they express it, but they express it in their own way, how they're feeling, how they feel about music, how they feel about themselves, their relationship with army, how the situation with the pandemic, how they're handling it. I admire that they're being genuine, and they're being real with themselves, they're being real with us, and they're not sugarcoating anything. They're just they acknowledge that there are bad things happening around, things are not so nice, but at the same time they're not allowing that to really hinder them. They realize that okay, life goes on, they continue doing what they're supposed to do, and they try to use it as an opportunity to do better, to see what they can make best out of the situation. And that's what I love about all the interviews so far. I'm happy that they're in a happy space right now, even though things are hard, that they are in a happy space. They're really trying to find themselves, all of them in their own way. Namjoon, Jin, Hobie, Yoongi, Jungkook, all of them. I realized that they have found a little balance. All of them have found a little balance now than they had long ago. In their debut days, they find a little balance with their work and their personal lives,
Yeah, I think
and
that's so
as a
important.
group.
It's so important for them
Yeah.
because it provides them for a bit of a stability.
Hmm.
Since the
And
pandemic allowed them for that. Well, it gave them
yeah,
that
they get to meet their family. Like,
after
they
COVID.
usually didn't really get to meet their family long ago. Now they have. Even Yoongi mentioned that he get to visit his family more often now. So I'm happy that they have those moments as well. Yeah, but one thing, all of their interviews really inspired me a lot. But Yoongi especially, um, when he mentioned about the industry, how they abuse artists, and they don't allow them to have that free will, that opportunity to share their views and stuff like that. I'm happy he mentioned that, and he didn't call out anybody. There wasn't any no shade, no gossip or anything, but he just spilled the facts and on what everybody knows already. But persons are afraid to even speak up about that because they know that they are under a company
Contract.
that is very strict.
They also
You
under
know
a
that
contract too, so they can't say anything.
on the right.
Yeah.
There
Things
are
like
lots of questions.
I don't know the term basement artist.
Basement artist.
Yeah. Like what I don't it is beyond timeline, but anyways, I'm gonna tell you the meaning. So basically those are artists that are who have signed record deals but they are unable to make an album because they're taking other artists and promoting them instead of them when they giving them promotion.
Oh,
Yeah. And
okay.
there's actually some popular artists too. Even too was her name Julia Michaels. She said that she can't make
Uh-huh.
any album because of the recording company. Yeah.
Right. Hmm.
And
Okay.
obviously they want to make profit out of you. That's all they care about. You know.
Yeah.
Because as someone
It's so
said,
sad. It's so
that's
sad.
when
Yeah, and it happens. It happens a lot in the American industry a lot, and
and
unfortunately.
the UK one too. Because if you know
Mhm.
Rebecca Ferguson, she was talking about it. And she said that she knew that she is prompting the government for an ombudsman to protect these artists.
Mhm. Mhm.
And the the thing about it is that especially how Army will for the boys, people watching, and they asking questions, or how Army would they would go looking on Twitter and bump up people's tweets, to provide the information out there.
Right. Mhm. Yeah.
And obviously those people weren't like that. The what's it called? Those executives, those gatekeepers. Because even too, we have our own
Yeah. Of
people.
course they wouldn't like that because
Yeah, we have our own people
it's
too.
it's sort
Because
of
yeah, someone did an
it's it.
article on it on our local
Mhm.
artists on how they were gatekeepers and they didn't have a chance because of their race and so on.
Right. Like because of the situation, they're accustomed manipulating everyone, and once somebody gets in the way of the big guys in the industry,
Especially if they're not
that's what
getting anything
happens.
from it.
They start looking at you, they start targeting you. That's what happens.
But the thing about it is that it's so unquestionable to me to see things that they did to the guys and how they're still doing to even to with people of color. Like,
Yes, especially the Gummies.
and the fact that they how it have troll farms and stuff like that where they pay people to do those things, tarnish people's image and whatever. It's really weird.
Yeah, it doesn't sit right. It's almost like they're really
Then you have to
set
take
up
into
everything.
consideration
you know.
that there are actually people like that in the world. And
True.
we should be aware of them.
Hmm. I look out for that though. I make sure of it.
Yeah, that's why you see my Dynamite account have this screen name. But I don't think much people even some people who found my study on the main account. I don't think local Caribbean we know that, but that's okay. But the next question I want to talk about in relation to the gatekeepers and stuff is these English singles that they are putting out. I want to talk about these people who make these videos that are not really relevant, but they make it in a way where they dislike the band. They're still making videos, but obviously they want to get clicks from it, you know. And,
Of course.
armies need to know that they need not to be any sheep, you know. But
Right.
like some people, they're not in the fandom to know those things, so you know, obviously they would just click
Yeah,
whatever.
that's true.
You know.
Join the bandwagon.
So tell me, what do you think of that?
In my opinion, for example, okay, let's say the one of BTS recent single, "Permission to Dance," it's an English single. We know it had a whole opera over that. The thing is, with me, I have no problem if persons don't like a song. Everybody has different taste. Not every song will be for everybody, but I just think it's really it has to take a level of hate out of somebody or boredom out of somebody to make a half a like 30 minutes video about why they don't like something. Like if I don't like something, I would say, okay, I don't really like this. I wouldn't really listen to this really, just put that aside. I'm not going to spend my energy on something that I don't like. Even fans in general, like if they don't like an artist or they don't like their music or anything that they do, like you can just not follow up on that artist.
And I think
Won't engage in anything that has to do with that artist. Like simple as that. But usually the people who say they don't like, they have the most to say. They make videos, they make posts, long threads, tweets on Twitter, all these things. And for what? Why are you putting all this energy into something that you don't like? That time that they are spending on that, they can be supporting the artist that they so claim that deserves better, that is the best in their eyes. They could be streaming their music. All that time they are wasting on something that they don't like. So it really baffles me sometimes. It really does.
it also relates to anybody who's doing art, because they have people like that. They go for the way to do these things. Even think about book reviews. I'm like, these people who write these words, they use these particular words, and I'm like, it's when other people are seeing this, and I mean, is your whole name going on that? So it's like, why people can't just say to me that is not mean or completely harsh,
Right. You see that, and one of my mutual it's a creator on my TikTok. I have as a mutual friend on TikTok. She made a video about it. I'm not sure if you're familiar with her. Her name is Ravimino Doll 88. AKA her name is Silkia. I follow up on her videos a lot. She made the point that it had a difference between constructive criticism and just plain white hate, just bullying, just racism. Like literally, how has not liking a song reached to racism, bullying them, calling them names, all these things. Like, what does that even have to do with the song? Like, where's all this extra energy? If you don't like it, like, okay, move on. But you see, constructive criticism, you could say, okay, well, I think this could have been done better. I think they should have added this. In a respectful manner, you have a conversation. It shouldn't have to be in attack mode. Like, oh, I'm going to unstand this person because they make this one English song when they have tons and tons of other songs that are not in English. Just recently, like for instance, BTS had the B album that was a whole album in Korean, like literally. So the extra energy, it felt like a bit much. But what you could say?
I didn't really pay attention to it because I was listening to it. The only thing
Yeah.
that was heart wrenching for me was seeing them radio spins. God.
Yes.
In the morning they had 5 and then the whole day 6, and I'm just like so baffled, like that they literally tell you. I'm not sure. I don't know how to feel about if they're going to release a Korean single, how it would be. Because I mean, obviously, it wouldn't get that much radio spins because you're still seeing radio DJs playing a tactic with armies, especially even to with Dynamite. You literally saw that if you were like streaming, retweeting, you would have definitely seen it. Because
Yeah,
like
that's true.
you know who's Winston?
I heard the name before.
Like he's not on but he does do like those prediction thing, and he was
Yes,
he was
I'm
saying that
familiar.
these like, well, I don't know what to call them, stands. Yeah, those stands were coming in his mentions, and telling him about the online stuff that people would buy from the artist store, you know, how it was supposed to be more so and so, but he was like, how you can be that confident when you're not an army. And I laughed.
But yeah, I saw that tweet. I saw that tweet.
Normally, I would never see him tweet about army because he said that he isn't one. He just do predictions, you know. And
Yeah.
when I remember for the era for Dynamite, when these people who had a Discord and they were hiding the predictions because they didn't want them to go to number 1, you know, and
Yeah, it's a lot of sabotaging, but that usually happens every comeback.
yeah, but he's smart. I mean, because they move fast. I mean, because as somebody was saying that you know that armies need to have a textbook, and I mean it is true, especially how the fact that like,
Yeah,
the fact
I
that,
agree.
you know, if you were to like realize how they grew in the West, even too with armies helping them, it is such a beautiful thing to see. I mean, regardless of like the things that had happened, probably, and it's still
Yeah,
happening because as Yoongi said, even though more people get to know about their music, they want to make quality stuff that people would like, and
yeah,
thinking about their future for what is to come, you know, because obviously their youth has deteriorated. I mean deteriorated.
Yeah.
I mean it is. I mean they're aging, you know, and they want to do music for how long they can. So they have to think of ways, you know, how they could go about doing this, you know, being a band and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But also,
and they always talk about that. They actually recently talk about that in most of their interviews lately.
I don't know how
That's
America has used the term boy band. I've never used the term boy band to really describe them. I would say that they are performance group because in the Caribbean, you know, you have people who
Yeah.
just come and perform, and you know they do their talent bits and stuff like that. The shows that they put on is performance worthy. So, do you think that narrative would change? I mean, even though they are in the
Yeah.
pop scene. Because
In my
as Yoongi said, BTS. I mean, yes, BTS is BTS pop. So yes, tell me your thoughts.
Well, for me, like honestly, I hear this term boy band thrown around so much to the point that I sometimes catch myself saying boy band, and it feels so odd saying that because it's like boy band, what? Boy band, you know, because BTS like do so much. They have they do the choreo, the like look at, for instance, okay, for the Mama Awards. I'm sorry, but I think that I don't like the award shows themselves. I think they themselves are a little sketchy, you know. But
Yeah,
yeah, the performances. I really watch it. I really watch it for the performances. When I compare the performances I see in the K-pop industry compared to the Western industry, I think of like this is a whole cinematic sort of performance. Like it's almost like you're watching a movie. It's
Because
a
I think
whole
we, I mean,
movie.
even
You
for
feel like you're in
Caribbean,
a whole different world, a concert.
even though like we live in the Caribbean and we have people who put on shows and stuff, if we were to go,
Yeah.
you'd realize it's the same, it is somehow the same thing, but except they performing it without digital technology, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I just think that this term boy band doesn't really suit. Yes, I think they are more than that. There's a series of things that they do and put together, the sort of content they put together for their performances, their music videos. It has a story. It always has a sort of story in their performances, in the songs that they make, in their albums, even in their album, like they have a whole storyline following up, like things like that you don't really see in a typical boy band per se, you know. I think boy band should really be diminished, that term, in my opinion, and like they should be seen as artists, like artists, like professional artists, you know.
I think an idol. But in terms of like, you know, bands and thinking about their future and stuff, how do you think you would see yourself as an army supporting the guys later on? Because you know, 2039 is where it's at in South Korea with the purple box.
Yes, with the purple box, yes. That's
Do you have
written for
any,
us.
do you have any clue what it might be? I think it's their No More Dream Clothes.
I don't know. I have no clue what it will be. It might. I really don't know. I have no clue. I want it to be a surprise, but all I can say is that I hope I can live long enough to see that day when they open that box and I could just be smiling with my gray hair in my head, just admiring how far they come as a group. I really wish them the best and hope that they can prosper as a group as long as they can. I hope to see them hopefully have a family of their own, you know, just be like normal human beings, because I think that they deserve that, because they really work hard and they really have reached far. Like 8 years, they was the mark that, you know, because usually the groups split up or they disband like 7 years, and they passed that mark, and that's really a sentimental thing that they hold dearly. And seeing that, even though I wasn't there when they debut, it almost feels like you was there, and like you seen BTS grow up, you know. So to be
Your
there,
army debut is
they
a
open
special
that
journey.
book. Huh?
I said your army debut is a special journey for yourself.
Yes, exactly.
So don't worry about that.
Yeah.
um, you have anything else you want to say before we move on?
Well, I would like to say that I enjoyed this conversation. I know I blabbered a lot. I'm a very talkative.
I ain't finished, you know.
Huh?
I said I ain't finished.
I know. I'm just saying that I enjoy everything so far. I'm enjoying everything so far, and I'm enjoying this discussion. I'm happy that I can, you know, just express myself, you know, be free to talk to somebody about, you know, my passions and my love for BTS. And yes, I think this conversation is going very well.
So as you know, we are both Trini Armies, and we love food. As you said, you're a foodie. What foods
Yes.
would you like if BTS were to come to your country, or any armies were to come to your country? What foods would you introduce them to, and why? And also, would you take them to Tobago, and where in Tobago would you take them?
Okay. Now this is exciting. Now there's many dishes that I like. One of my favorite dishes is roti. I love roti. I love curry, curry chicken, curry goat, curry duck. The works, curry pork, everything. I would like them to taste roti. I would like them to taste doubles. I would like them to taste macaroni pie and stewed chicken. That's also one of my favorite dishes. I would also like them to taste fish broth, because I know, well, except Namjoon, because I know he doesn't really like seafood. But probably he might like it. I don't know. But I hope they can taste fish broth. And another dish is breadfruit. Breadfruit. Oh yeah, the oil long. I want them to taste that. And why I want them to taste these potato pilau. I love pilau as well, but my number one will always be roti.
Which one? Paratha or dal puri?
My favorite is the dal puri. The dal puri.
Yeah. It's soft.
I like dal puri. I like basap shot as well. But dal puri, it seems much healthier to eat because of the dal in it. The
Saffron.
basap shot is a little more, floury.
Basap shot, you mean paratha?
Yeah,
Basap shot
paratha.
is the seed. Yeah, but anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah, continue.
Yeah, I like those dishes
And why,
to see them when.
and why you would give them those
I-
dishes?
I don't know, like, I think that I like to see them eat, and I like to see their reaction when they taste food, especially when it's something that they don't like. They have the most funniest faces. I just want to see their reaction.
Like, Tay say that he don't like coconut.
And that really hurt my heart. Because I love coconut.
Like, he would say something that he like, and then you would probably hear him after saying, okay, that he don't like this. Okay, Tay.
Yes.
So, where in Tobago would you take them? Or what places you would recommend for them? Like, what beaches? What hotel to stay in?
Well, one thing, when I went to Tobago, I never stayed in a hotel, but I stayed in guest house, in a guest house. And I think that was like when I was 8 years. But Boko Reef, I would like them to visit there. Also, I would like them to go on the glass bottom boat, where they can actually see to the bottom and see all the fishes and stuff like that. I would really like them to experience that, because I know the BTS tends to be very, how they express themselves when they see something very fascinating. How they express is we like, I could just picture Jin right now. Wow, that looks so good. I could just picture it. That would be a nice experience.
And in Tobago too, I mean in Trinidad, what places you'd like them to see? Like the Pitch
In
Lake and
Trinidad, I didn't hear.
I say like the Pitch Lake and stuff.
Yeah, I would like them to visit the Pitch Lake, also the Mud Volcano. There's also this place, I think you call it Asa, right?
It's alright center.
Asa, right?
Yeah. That's the that's the where the scarlet ibis and stuff are.
Yes. Even the Coroni swamp,
Yeah.
that would be nice for them to visit as well.
That's where it is.
Um,
Yeah.
mhm.
I can't even think of any other place.
Yeah,
Definitely,
because I really do.
people go Maracas. Yeah.
Yeah. I tried to refrain from saying maracas, because I know sometimes it can be a little dangerous with the current in the water. So that's why I wasn't sure. Like, if they could go there and probably stay on the land,
The next beach next to Maracas, I forget the name. Much more calmer. I can't remember.
yeah.
Yeah.
If like they could stay on the calmer areas there, that would That would be a nice area too for them. Oh, it also has oh other place. It's like a museum.
The money
It's
museum. The army museum.
yes, yes. That would be kind of interesting for them to
Oh
do
yeah, to
as
see
well.
our money. The history of it.
Mhm. But other place also they could go to Napa.
Which one?
Um,
South or oh yeah. I mean,
well, it has south too, but the one in what one called Spain.
yeah, Napa Sapo.
Huh?
I say Napa Sapo.
Yeah. I say Southern Napa because Sapa sounds so weird, man.
I thought you had to say I was like Sapo, but then I didn't realize you said the one with the N.
Yeah.
So I wonder what games. I mean, I was gonna ask you what events you could take them to.
I honestly really want to see them in an arcade in like Trinidad, but I don't know if they still have that though. Do they still have that around the
Top
arcades?
station. I want
Huh?
to see them take part in a goat race.
Oh, that would be fun. I could just imagine one of them falling.
To see
That's
a BTS run, that would be so hilarious. Oh my god.
yeah, that would be so funny.
Oh lord.
They could go like a boat, a boat ride. Yeah. They could be on like one of those jet skis or whatever. Could be in the arcade. What's the other? I wanted to say. Where can they go? Where can they go again? Oh, a water park as well.
Oh yeah.
But
What was the park?
which water park though?
It
Which
have
is
the
the
one-
best
it
water
have the
park in
one
Trinidad?
In where it is uptown side. It is by the boardwalk.
Yes.
There.
Yeah. I never went there
Neither
as
have
yet. I
but
want
would
to
like
go. Yeah, I would like to go. They could go there too.
But actually,
Even down the islands, they could even go down the island as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot about there. I forget. It is Caspa Grande.
Yeah, and you know it has a lot of history around that area too. So
Stone will
That
have
would
you
be a lot.
skating, especially if the pavement wet. So, is there anything you would want to say to the Trinidadian Army in regards of, wanting them to build a community, wanting to get that recognition?
my advice, I would say, stay true to yourself. Just be you. Just use whatever passion you have and make the best of it. If you're good at art, singing, dancing, whatever it is, make that your part to really express yourself and put it into the community. As being an army or being a part of the K-pop community in general. I think a lot of that can be tied into the fandom or the community and really kind of open opportunities for fans to really be recognized here by the K-pop industry. And one example, like for instance, I have a friend. She's on Instagram. She does dance covers, and I think she dances extremely well.
I saw it. The one with serendipity. Yeah, is it?
Well, her name on it is Bulletproof Dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think also too. I think if people know that like Korean artists are coming, obviously they would go and support.
Yeah.
And especially too if they bring along friends. People would get more into them, whatever. But somebody.
Yeah, I think it's really more promotion, like pushing like really promoting what you're good at, and like
Some people say it would
putting
be-
that together with.
Some people said it would be expensive to bring them on
Yeah.
the Asian currency is in East Asia is expensive, and then because of that,
Yes.
yes, the promotions are people say promotions are free depending on if like they pay for that or something like that. You know.
Yeah. But like these avenues, we could start from small. It may seem like, okay, now it seemed a little dragging. But I would say to Trinidadian armies or K-pop singers like myself, um, to not give up. There's still hope for us. There we could create a platform. We could create a community where we can really express ourselves and the talents that we have. Anything that we're good at, whatever we are passionate about, and really, get out there and really have fun, promote something positive. These are things that I think should be highlighted more by the media. Obviously, we know that not everybody's going to be into that because everybody's into what is trending and stuff like that. But it wouldn't hurt to try. It wouldn't hurt to try, and I think, in the words of Namjoon, so where he says to speak yourself, I think everyone, it will be a way of speaking ourselves, sharing our story with everyone, and just embrace what we love, and use that inspiration and try to get creative with it, and bring it out to the community, and hopefully one day a door open, and who knows, we might actually have concerts here.
Some kind of surprise. But in terms of you getting to know them and all of these different things, have you actually shared any of their music or tell anybody about them?
Yes, actually. I would say my brother and my mom, I mean, they're not into it as much as me, but I shared with them, and I show them the performances, and they admire that how much I am intrigued by this group. Sometimes I think I'm a little crazy, but
Coming out.
try to, like, step by step, slowly. I try to show them my journey with starting this group that I really love, BTS. I mostly try to show my mom their personalities, how they are, besides just being artists. Um, who else I can say? I would say, like, for newer armies, persons who are now getting into the group, I try my best to share information that they probably mightn't know. I have, like, on Twitter, or I have my TikTok page. I try to share little information for those who probably might not know. Help them out with learning how to stream, because I didn't know how to stream in the beginning. I literally only learned how to stream when I got into BTS.
Yeah, that's the same. That's the only thing I did. Like, repeatedly stream, even though I would stream like the local artists that have music out. I put their music in my playlist and stream.
Yeah. So, like,
Spotify and YouTube in and out. Before I used to use Deezer, but Deezer don't have anything for Trinidad. So there's Epic from Jamaica. So I don't know if they would get the streams from there, But
yeah, I only use, like, I always used to use only YouTube, but now as Spotify became available in Trinidad, I use YouTube, Spotify now. I also use SoundCloud.
yeah, I hardly use. Sometimes I just use that, but really, but I know now they're taking streams from Billboard, but
Yeah, and you know that armies are going to take full advantage of that because we know what songs belongs to SoundCloud.
and they said AudioMac is they would be using AudioMac for streams there, but the thing about it is that BTS don't have no songs there. And
Yeah.
Lilac is available in the Caribbean. I see that they investing in artists, local artists within the Caribbean. They have a page.
Yeah.
So that is something nice to see. But yes, I have to ask. I don't know if you know of any local artists that you think you want to see them collab, or why you think that they should collab.
Oh, wow, that is opening a conversation there. A local artist from Trinidad. I actually had a thought about it, but I wasn't sure if it will work. Bunchy Garland and Marsha Montano was my first option when I thought of like a local artist that could work with BTS. But this was the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, can BTS keep up with the stamina that Bunchy Garland and Marsha Montano had? Can they keep up? Because I know BTS has stamina. I know they have the energy. I know they have it. But you know, we say that Trinidadians is a different breed. Trinidadian, Tobagonians, we a different breed. Caribbean on the whole, we have a different breed, a different sort of energy. So I don't know.
That's a good
I would love to see it.
Like I never think I would have thought about that, because someone told me, like who I had on here, she told me Cass and some other person, I can't remember, but yeah, because I was like, oh, wow.
Yes, is a nice one, but I think like, you know, they should give some other local artists a little
I want
chance.
to see a new local artist. Like I don't know if you know about Kalpi. I want to see a song with him and BT.
I heard about him.
Him.
About him.
Him and Jimmy October.
I never thought about him.
Maybe
About
Anna
that.
Prime. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know where that will, what's her
Who you think
she would fit in with T.
male? Oh, with Taeyong in particular?
Yeah, she would fit in with T if it's a subunit. And then if it's Jimmy, the subunit will be J Hope.
Yeah.
With the rap line. Somewhere with the rap line.
I think Bungie Garland. I don't know. I think Bungie Garland will fit in with the rap line, you know.
That would be like, you know.
Because you know sometimes Bungie Garland does be spitting some little kind of little rap a little bit. Something like a rap sometimes in his songs, so he can still kind of flow with them, you know.
It would be something like, you know how Tay was like, you know, had the emotion and be like, you're my Tay. But his one would be more like, you know, more upbeat, kind of weird. But like that kind of like aggression, like,
Yes. Also, like if we're thinking of other artists other than Trinidad and Tobago, I was thinking Sean Paul as well would be a nice
You mean outside of Trinidad and Tobago?
Yeah. I was thinking Sean Paul would be a nice.
Yeah, I think Jay, you was discussing that because they had asked him about him and a collaboration.
Yeah. Somebody said she can say her as well, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if they're ready for the stamina.
Yeah, but the thing about most of those dance, or some of them, like, especially if it's a BTS, the stuff that they make is, it wouldn't probably like be like, you know, a cost there, you know, some explicit topic. It might be in their mixtape or as a subunit, you know.
Yeah.
So it probably wouldn't be like that. But if it have to be like Shensia, it probably will work with Namjoon,
Yeah.
Shiva, and Tay.
Yeah, I can see that one.
Or to be with Germany.
Oh, yes.
You know,
I forgot.
like with Rebel. When she
Yes.
made a puppy show or something. You didn't see the Korean version to that? Somebody was singing.
Actually, no.
No?
Actually, no. I saw. I can't remember the name, but it was a Japanese as well as a Korean
I didn't see Any
uh,
Japanese?
reggae. They were singing some reggae song that took me.
I know they like
That was
reggae.
sending me.
I know they like reggae. I know because I think when it was Idol, I know Yoongi said that he liked Bob Marley, and I think in New Weavers. I
Oh
don't know if you were
yes.
seeing the vinyl. I was like, is that Bob Marley? And I can't even zoom enough to see if that is Bob Marley.
Yes, I was trying to peep if it was him as well.
Because I
He
could
said
have
one of
definitely
his
seen.
favorite song is No Woman No Cry.
Oh,
Um,
who's that? Tay?
no, Yoongi.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he said that's one of his songs that he likes from Bob Marley. I remember from an interview he had mentioned that. I was like, okay, he has some flavor. He has some flavor.
Not today. I know JU when I was watching on the timeline, they were saying that it sounded like a dance hall. But I'm like, I couldn't even like. I was like, this song is so Caribbean, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And I think with BTS run, you know how in the club, you know, they have these kind of this kind of like horn kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think they was playing that in the BTS one because I was watching that clip and I was hearing it. I was like, they have that the horns when they was getting ads and the place was lighting up purple.
Yeah.
We getting crumbs, girl, crumbs. I tell you, crumbs.
Only the crumbs.
Yes. Also, too, I would really like them to write an article with them using the steel pan. Like, because I was looking at R&B, the R&B, they was always saying, oh, it is a 90s kind of vibe. You know, I mean, because I mean, when I was reading up on the history, I think it was the 20th century, the steel pan, the 20th or the 19th century that the steel pan was invented. And I mean, obviously, you know, dancehall, have the 90s dancehall, the 90s reggae and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that is different from compared to the dancehall that they have now, which they call it gunman tune. And the Trinidad
Yeah.
is a extension of that. I haven't heard any more Trinidad. I haven't really heard any Trinidad songs, but because I know Sean Paul was singing, you know, if they sing topics that are more powerful, well, you know, things that people can relate to, it would take off,
Yeah.
which is so true, you know. But
Yeah, I agree.
you know how Trinidadians are,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. But girl, I don't know. I guess we shall see in times to come.
Yeah.
Um,
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Plus, we have a Korean embassy here. You know how they promote events and it's free. Majority of them are free.
Yeah. So that's why I say, like, you know, we still have some doors that we can't open.
Yeah, we just had to go to them
Yeah.
and keep up. So that concludes it. We are at the end of our talk chat. You know. So is there anything you would like to add before you go?
Well, I would want to say thank you for having me, first of all. Thank you for putting up with my blabbering.
No,
I know I talk a lot.
no, it was enough. It was good.
Yes, I want to say that I hope I can have more opportunities like this to talk more
You're
on
welcome back
topics.
anytime. You could come back anytime.
Yes, I hope that like I can have more opportunities like this to really, you know, just widen out and get to tell persons about my experience with BTS or K-pop in general, and really trying to encourage others to, you know, go at their passion, you know, be creative, you know, um, try their best to widen out and really think outside the box and get out there to show the world what K-pop is all about, what BTS is all about. You know, don't be afraid. You know, I know sometimes we could feel discouraged, but you know, speak yourself. Just speak yourself.
Like
That's what I
yourself, speak
I would
yourself.
like to see.
Hi guys, we are at the end of this segment. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I just want to thank Samantha again for allowing me to interview her, and thanks for coming on. Yeah, so I shall see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are having a great day so far. Now, I have an important announcement. I'm calling all my fellow Caribbean armies, especially those who are my mutuals, to boost this video, engage as much as possible, share it with all your friends on all social media platforms. I would love for you all to really participate in this project. It's a study project that my good friend Miriam has created, and it's dedicated to Caribbean armies, and I would love for you all to participate in her survey. I would allow her to briefly explain what her study is about.
What's up, TikTok Caribbean armies? So yeah, this is your fellow Caribbean army to tell you all that I have taken initiative to start a BTS study, and I would love for you all to participate in it. Firstly, the purpose of this study is to not only recognize that BTS music has an impact to those living in the Caribbean, but is recognized within the Caribbean by Caribbean people. And secondly, I did a preview of the study through Artsy Journal, if you know about Artsy Journal on Twitter. And yeah, you guys can look through the following pictures to see what's this study about, and you can click on the links to know more about it.
Okay, so that was my good friend Miriam. If you have any more questions for her, you can connect with her via Twitter. I'll post it here. There you go, so please go follow her. Also, if you would like to keep up to date with her blog, you can follow her page on Tumblr. The title is BTS Caribbean Army Study. Please go check it out. Okay, that was all, y'all. So please support this project as much as possible. Any form of assistance will be very much appreciated. Thank you.